So, I'm actually going to have to be playing my ROM while I talk to you guys, so can't use the microphone, but I have a huge, loud mouth, so I don't think that'll be a problem, but just yell at me to talk louder if you can't hear me or anything. So this is the game I've been working on for a while. I got interested in homebrew. I was sitting with Zal, actually, in Sivak's panel last year, and he showed off Battlecade, and just, the NES is like my favorite console of all time. It always will be. Not saying it's the best, but for me it's like the most awesome console ever. So just kind of the fact that somebody had made a game just excited the hell out of me, and I kind of got addicted to it as a hobby. So I'm just going to kind of run through the basics of how to play the game here. There we go, if it responds. That's a good thing. And yeah, we'll go from there. So it's called Assimilate. It's kind of a little bit of a different play style, but it's really, really easy once you get used to it. Basically, you're this little UFO. The point is to abduct humans from the city at the bottom of the screen there, and assimilate them, and then plant them back in the city below. So you do that by looking at the arrows at the top of the screen there. Those are your radar arrows. Whichever one is glowing, that's basically the direction you need to go in to find the next human victim. And then eventually, you see a little glowing arrow right there at the bottom. That is where a human victim will be. So what you need to do is you use your little abduction beam. You just hit and hold B, and the longer you hold B, the more your abduction beam extends. And whenever you let go of B, it automatically disintegrates and you have to start over. And that's important because I'll show you in a little bit that if you're ever lifting or planting a human back into a building and you let go of B, it's going to drop the human and you lose points for that. So it kills them too, but more importantly, you lose points. Which, you know, so let's find a human. We roll on here. There's one. You got to dodge, obviously, the little fireballs. Hold B, pick it up. And then your little progress bar, of course, fills. Once it's flashing like this, it's ready to be planted back down. So you hold B again, and there it goes. So, ta-da! Your assimilation is now at 10%. The ASSM up there, followed by the 10%. Once that gets to 100%, you finish the level. Let me find another one. Where are you? Ooh. Okay, I mean, that's the basic gist of the game right there, but let me kind of touch on some finer points. First of all, you have 4 tools that you can use to simulate the humans. It's marked by what you see the TL up there, the little icon next to it is what you're currently using. Right now we're using the Brainwash, it's the weakest of the 4 simulation tools. To select a different one, you simply hit start, and then by hitting up or down on the D-pad, you cycle between the different tools. Now, Brainwash is what you start off on, but you can use all 4 at any point in the game. It's the weakest, meaning that it gives you the lowest assimilation percentage when you use it, but it also fills your progress bar the fastest. The more stronger ones will take longer to fill. So, like you go from Brainwash, you have Zombie Virus. It's going to be a little more assimilation points, but going to take longer. Same with Plan 9, stronger, but it takes even longer. What's that?
I said, ha ha.
Oh, yeah. And then, most of my beta testers' favorite, we have the strongest tool of all, the anal probe. So how about we get ready to go anal probe somebody? Mostly because I just want to show you the difference in performance, and mostly because I'm kind of a sick bastard.
I don't want to go drinking with you this weekend.
Hey, who might be? I'm getting so weird. So as you can see, it takes a lot longer to fill your assimilation bar, da-da-da-da. But once you get plan, you see, that was like 28% increase instead of just 10%. So it's a bit of a trade-off. Stronger weapon takes longer, except if you get these little power-ups that fall from the sky. That was a 2x. It does exactly what the name says. It makes whatever assimilation tool you're using twice as fast. So see how you pick this up, and much quicker. Put it back down, save assimilation points. That EMP, maybe I'll catch one here. It basically kills all on-screen enemies and keeps more from spawning. And another thing I wanted to show you, like I said, if you pick somebody up and then let go of B, bam, drops them to lose points. So you want to try not to do that, but sometimes you have to get away from enemies. And then also, you notice the ship moves at like half speed when you have somebody on board. If you want to, you can eject a human and go back to normal speed. So again, kills the human, you lose points, but it's good to get out of a pinch. Oh, good. Now I don't have any enemies attacking me. Almost done. Let's turn on that music. Awesome 8-bit. Okay, so we're at 100%, the level's done. Oh yeah. End of the level brings up your current score, and it subtracts the time you spent completing the level in seconds, so you're encouraged to finish the level as fast as you can. Then it gives you your new total score. You hit A, and you just move on to the next level. That's the basic play of the game. There's probably one or two other finer points I can get to, but I'm going to have this as a playable demo set up in the Dogwood room tomorrow and Saturday, so if you want to stop by, try it out, give me some feedback, that'd be awesome. And real quick, I need to move on to another video. This is not my project, this is actually another homebrewer's project, which is right here. He didn't feel the project was far enough to have a playable demo at Magfest this year, but maybe next year. So pretty cool, this is a 2D side-scrolling NES game, so if you're big into those, it's a lot of fun. I'm one of the beta testers, I have played it. It's quite a bit of fun. His name is Derek, but he goes by Gradulor if you ever get on Nintendo Age or NES Dev. He calls his production company Gradual Games. And this is it, this is Nomalis, this is his latest project here. What's that?
It's a video I forgot.
Oh yeah. Yeah, so there you go. This kind of looks like, you know, Puss in Boots, real cool artwork, but with some Castlevania.
Oh, cats.
Little orange kitty there in armor.
If you don't die in one hit, take my game.
No. Yours is unforgiving though, but that's how it is. And then yeah, there you go. This little mace power up you have. This is just him going back to his level select screen. We all have those just so it's easier for the beta testers to get around. And your sword obviously is your basic weapon, but then you can get like a mace power up. And there's 12 levels total. There's 4 bosses in it. His wife does all the artwork, which is pretty cool. She's an independent artist, but Derek does all the programming and music. Died in one hit there. You fall in the pit.
Yeah.
I think, yeah, we got one more level, and then I'll show you the last boss.
This is also the first platformer homebrew that has actual scrolling in it too.
It's going to be released on a card anyways. He's not sure if he's releasing it on a card yet, but he's pretty strongly contemplating it. So this is the first boss. Pretty cool little...
Oh, snap.
And so that's it. That is Nomalis by Derek Andrews, also known as Gradual Games. He's not here, unfortunately, this year, but since Sivak was nice enough to open the floor for us other homebrewers, he said, by all means, John, show a video. If any of you are interested in this project, let me know. I do have his blog address where he posts updates, and that obviously lists his email as well. And if any of you get into homebrew after this or are already into it, you know, if you got questions, he's a great guy to ask. He's actually taught me quite a bit more advanced stuff, programming stuff.